Guys, Kira and I are here with Falk Hentschel, an actor and filmmaker, and he's also Hawkman in the Arrowverse, which is like, for me, because I am that girl.
All right.
All right, let's see. All right.
I love Pup dearly, and with her having, a severely disabled child, with epilepsy and also autism, it makes working very, very difficult. Like with her going to school, on top of doing the imagination stuff and trying to get it up, like I am dedicating as much time as I possibly can to try to figure out how to make this a success for her. She's like my driving force in this whole thing.
What's up, lovely people? So, this right there is Crazy Swayze, the bus that saved mine and my family's life when the pandemic hit and my career took a dump and I didn't know how to make enough money. We, however, are looking for somebody that really needs a home. So we came up with the idea that we maybe start a GoFundMe account to get our money out of this bus, get us into another trailer, and just give the trailer to you. So the community and supporters would pay so that whoever is in need of a home and can't afford a regular house, because it's very difficult these days, I know, you can get in Crazy Swayze. We would love for it to go to somebody who actually wants a home. So DM me if you or somebody that you know is in need of help as far as a roof over their head goes. All right, here we are.
Here we are. Crazy Swayze.
Pop, tell me about what's been going on. Like, Kira filled me in a little bit, but...
Well, at the end of August, I took a 2-month leave of absence to kind of try to get my son's seizures under control, because there was going to be a lot of appointments and a lot of, meeting with new doctors and trying different things. So I said, you know what, let me take a leave of absence, and it was supposed to be from the end of August to the end of October. Unpaid, I knew this, and I planned accordingly to make sure I had, money for the bills and everything. October 26th, I emailed my manager or my boss to let them know I'd be back on the following, I think it was the following Monday. And that same day in the mail, I got a letter from the company saying, because you've been missing so much work, basically they considered me quitting. And I said, I've had approved leave of absence since August. Anyways, a fight went down between me and them to where basically I was laid off. I lost my job because of it. I immediately applied for unemployment and started applying for jobs. I've still not gotten unemployment. It's been 2 months. I got a new job before I got any unemployment. So I just started at a really great place. I don't get paid until the 20th. My apartment complex gave me till the 13th to either, put up or shut up, basically. So it's just been a really rough few months, and I'm kind of floundering and, not knowing what to do. And I got really excited because it is something that I've thought about. Because apartments here, Kira and I were just talking, apartments in this area are ridiculously expensive for the amount of money we get paid. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800 a month.
Where are you located?
Florida.
Yeah, I think that's the world now, right? This is why I'm getting into a bus again. Same here, you have to make $70,000 here.
Mm-hmm. To survive. And even with a decent paying job, you're still only making maybe a couple $100 more than, your housing costs before utility.
If that, yeah.
If that.
Well.
So alternative is, what are you going to do?
Yeah. It's a weird situation for me because I really want, so our situation, a little different but similar. We are running, I'm an actor, so I live off of, I do really well. I have done really well for about 10 years. And so I save, and I have cushions, and then I always keep an eye on, you know, my finances. And then there comes a point when it's like, you haven't worked in my case now, like properly worked in 2 years. And so we're at a very similar place.
Pup, can you explain the situation with Justin a bit?
He was he was about 21 months. He wasn't quite 2. He started having nodding seizures, we called them, because his head would drop. The absence seizures. That was right before he was 2. They progressed into grand mal seizures. He would have tonic-clonic. He would have drop seizures. He lost all of his speech that he had gained to that point. So he started being treated for epilepsy. They've never been cured. They've never been treated with medication. They stopped when he was like almost 4 years old, just stopped.
Oh, thank God. But now, meanwhile, he's autistic. He's been diagnosed autistic. He didn't speak until he was 6. Social, the learning disabilities. We went through all of this. When puberty hit, the seizures hit. And they're still not controlled. They're not controlled by medication. He still has them. He has grand mals. He has these focal seizures. He has these laughing seizures, which are really strange. And, he wasn't able to, wasn't really able to excel in like school because his seizures interrupt his learning, So, he's a wonderful kid, he's kind, and I just don't know what to do with anymore. The next thing on the list is, serious medical procedures. He's in the other room, so I don't want to say it because it'll cause problems. But yeah, so he's at a position where it's not going to be treated with medication. It's not going to be treated with a keto diet. It's going to have to be more invasive. So. And, he's my kid. He's my life. I was thinking about it earlier today. When your babies are little, when they're newborns, you're constantly like putting your hand on their back or on their chest to make sure they're still breathing, because God forbid. He's a big guy, and I'm still doing it. I'm still checking to make sure he's breathing.
You're a good mama.
And I feel like a lot of people will never get that. They'll never have to feel that. They'll never have to worry that much about their kid. And, I know that there's other sick kids in the world, but this is just my personal feeling. I feel like I'm not the only one that's going through it, but sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that's going through it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope it works out, you guys.
Yes. Kira, please, I am your servant. You just tell me what to do and I will do it. You are the general. I am a soldier.
Likewise.
Okay.
I'll be posting if you need it. I'm happy to. I already reached out to my publicist to see if, what does it take to make sort of a push. You're right, Kira?
I'm good. I'm good.
Girl.
I'm just an emotional person, and I've been trying to hold it together. Like yesterday, it was such up, down, like emotional roller coaster. There's things that, and I'm sorry, I'm crying.
You're okay. Let it out.
It's just, I've been in a position where I was losing everything, and I had to give temporary custody of my 2 kids to their dad because my mom's house was being foreclosed on. I had no place to go. I had just lost my job because the kids got the flu at the same time. And I had to take care of them as a single parent. And it's just, I've been sitting here watching her suffer because I've got kids on the spectrum too. And I've been unable to do anything. And I've just been sitting there trying to keep her lifted up and encouraged, and just to keep pushing and to keep fighting. And it's just the first time where I feel like there's hope.
Same. Absolutely same. And you say that you feel like you can't help. I can't never repay just for the absolute support, the speaking up, the sharing, just being there. I don't want to sound like a loser, but I literally don't have that many close people to me that I could go to. And to have someone that's a true friend that is there at 3 a.m. when you text them, you know, it's unbelievable.
You guys. It's going to work out.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
You know what, Pop? This might be the beginning of your best life.
God, I hope so.
You never know when those things happen. I mean, that's what I tell myself. You know, I'm like, okay, I guess this is pushing me to do something completely different.
Very hard to not feel like you're failing at something. And Kira said this, you know, it's not necessarily failing, it's changing. You know, it's starting something new. It's not that you're necessarily failing at one thing, but it's very hard not to feel that way.
Look, this is a time, and I'm hoping that the audience will relate to this. There's 3 of us sitting here that have just said it's been really rough, and there's these times where you feel ashamed as a parent. Mm-hmm. And I'm right there with you, gal. First of all, moms are rule, and you guys are lifting such heavy weight all the time, so gracefully. So always remember that. Without moms, none of us will be here.
Ooh, that's true.
And it's just it's a weird time right now for everyone.
And honestly, I feel like sometimes that's what you're up against. Me.
And I'm hoping that, you know, my positive outlook on it is maybe this is what's pushing us to be more communal.
Yeah.
This is pushing us to do things like GoFundMe, Trusted, not be embarrassed to say, yeah, I'm struggling, you know, and maybe this will just give you a little boost. I've had a lot of shame around going from, you know, you're known as Hawkman, and you know, you got the good income, and then now I have a son, and the moment I have a son, I have 0 income. I got to move my family into a bus, yet I'm kind of famous, not famous, but, you know, I'm known. And I feel like as a father, I'm the absolute failure of somebody who is a dreamer and who's still not managed to fully be valued by society, right? Like, I haven't found my place either yet, but I found strength in that now, because you know what it's really about? How gracefully you handle this shit, and I think you handle it really well. You know,
I'm trying.
You are. You're standing. This is some big stuff. I think this can send people into complete catatonic states, and I think you're being a good mom, taking care of your boy. You got a beautiful friend right here, and that means to me that you're doing right things and that you are doing it gracefully. And let's just hope that we're right. Dreams come true. Community is there. People support one another. And yeah, this is a time where I think that's even more important than ever. So let's get some people to help out, and let's get you into a home. And sending you guys love.